This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe. I'm here to tell you all to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and remember to turn on notifications. You will be the first to know all about the latest Dragon Ball news and information.
Oh, did you say UnrealEntGaming? Oh, I love his channel.
God damn it, Zelbon, stop rubbing your nipples and get back to bed!
What is going on, Dragon Ball fans? Welcome back to another episode of this week's Dragon Ball Q&A video, where today we have lots of awesome Dragon Ball questions to go through. And again, I do want to welcome you guys to another awesome edition here today. Again, I do want to remind you guys that each individual question you guys see in this video is going to be directly reflected onto you guys. So if you guys have different opinions or any other comments to add, simply go on ahead and drop them down in the comment section below alongside your questions that you want to see be featured in the upcoming Dragon Ball video. So go on ahead and post your comments down in the comment section below. And once again, if you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you guys can be notified whenever a Dragon Ball video is posted onto this channel. Hashtag notification squad. So without wasting any more time, let's go on ahead and begin with our very first question of the day, which is from Whiteface. Hey Unreal, I just recently came across your channel and I didn't know about your Q&A videos, and now I am pumped for it. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for all that you do, and I think your channel is very informative and awesome. Thanks, man. But I have some questions for you and your fans, so I hope you can see this, Unreal. Question number 1, do you think Dispo is going to defeat Hit alone, or will he have help with Toppo? Question 2, will Hit be able to defeat Toppo without Goku's help? Question 3, what universe do you think will be the third to be destroyed? Question 4, do you agree or disagree with Goku having to help save Hit in the tournament, or do you think Goku needs Hit to spar with later in testing his powers? Thanks, Unreal. I hope you reach 400,000 subscribers by the end of the month. That'll be insane, man. But I do want to say thank you so much for your support. And again, we can reach 400,000. All we have to do is just get together and promote the channel. Now, to answer your first question, do I think Dispo is going to defeat Hit? According to the translations, it's portrayed that Dispo is going to be very effective in coming up with a plan to defeat Time Skip. Now, in my personal opinion, I really don't see Dispo in any way, shape, or form being comparative to the assassin Hit. Everything that we saw Hit do in Dragon Ball has been super impressive, no pun intended. And having to see where Hit stands now, I think in my opinion, if you were to pair up Dispo and Hit, I think that Hit should dominate Dispo in every sense of the word. However, there could be something about Dispo that we aren't looking too deep into. Perhaps maybe his speed. He could be the quote-unquote Flash to Universe 11, as is the Flash for the Justice League, in terms of being really, really fast, but not that strong. But either way, do I think Dispo is going to defeat Hit alone, or will he have help with Toppo? I do think that Dispo's speed, since he's supposed to be hailing as the Sonic Warrior, I think that Dispo is going to need the help of Toppo, because I just simply can't see Dispo alone defeating Time Skip. Time Skip is something that's very, very powerful in its own right. And personally, for me, I think that Dispo cannot escape that. Even based on how fast he is, I just can't see him outrunning that. However, I think that with this, I can definitely see Toppo coming in and helping Dispo in defeating Hit, given Hit's nature as an assassin and being as powerful as he is. But do I think he's going to beat him alone or have the help of Toppo? In my opinion, by the end of it, I can definitely see Dispo requiring the help of Toppo in order to defeat Hit. Now, to answer your second question, will Hit be able to defeat Toppo without Goku's help? Here's the thing. I don't want to crap on Toppo because Toppo is very powerful. There is no reason for Toei Animation, for Akira Toriyama, to introduce such a character whose bio is said to be a candidate to be a god of destruction. And as we saw him fight with Goku, he is strong. However, I think that in this overall setting, in my opinion, once again, I can definitely favor Hit in beating Toppo alone. However, I don't see this fight having to be easy in any respect. I can see Hit struggling with Toppo a little bit, and I can also see Toppo struggling with Hit, especially with Time Skip. But then again, we don't really know as to what Toppo can really do in terms of feats, how strong he is, you know, how much power he can emit when in a tournament-like setting. However, by the end of it, I can't see this being an easy battle for either Hit or Toppo, but for me, I'm gonna have to go with Hit just because of Time Skip, just because of everything we know about Hit. It'll be completely different if we had like massive amounts of information for Toppo, but we don't. That's the problem. So for me, without the need of Goku's help, I can definitely see Hit, you know, kind of besting Toppo in some respects, but I can also see him struggling, as I do think that Toppo is going to be formidable when it comes down to combat. So to answer your third question, what universe do I think is going to be the next one to be destroyed? Well, having to look at it, in my opinion, obviously we do know that universe number 10 is going to be the next one to go, but in terms of the third universe, I think it might be Moscow. I think it might be universe number 3. I was actually really rooting for them just because they had very interesting fighters that were primarily built in surviving this overall tournament setting. But by the end of it, I think it's going to be universe number 3. I don't see universe number 2 having to go relatively yet, just because we've seen a little bit from Brienne and stuff. However, I do think that by the end of it, they might be either the fourth ones to go, because obviously enough, universe number 2 isn't going to last either. But I think out of all of them, universe number 4 just might be one of the last fodder universes to be left. But to me, in my opinion, I can definitely see universe 3 having to be third, universe 2 having to be fourth, and then universe number 4 having to be fifth. Because honestly, I mean, these universes, they're not going to last very long, but there's something about Catella's universe that I do feel is going to keep him in the long run, or at least keep him in the tournament for the long run, because I think that those two other fighters that are either quote-unquote missing or unavailable is going to play a very crucial part. Now, to answer your fourth question, do I disagree or agree with Goku having to help Hit? From an overall aspect, I mean, you ought to disagree, because he's not even helping his own teammates, and that's what Goku ought to be doing, is helping his own team, not for the sake of helping somebody else just because you want to test them and seeing where you stand and comparing powers. I get it, and yes, it is a dream team. How unstoppable is it that you're gonna have Hit and, you know, Goku on the same team working together to fight off a common enemy? I mean, that goes back to the Goku Black story, because we all wanted to see Hit be involved in that and helping Goku out against Goku Black and Zamasu and stuff. But in a tournament to where your own universe is on the line, logically speaking, it does make sense for you not to help anybody else and only helping your own team and seeing where you stand after. However, I think that by the end of this, it is going to prove Goku to have an ally in all of this, because even if Goku's the one to be in trouble, I can definitely see Hit repaying the favor in trying to, you know, have Goku's comeuppings and trying to prevent him from being ringed out, because I can definitely see someone like Hit wanting to ring Goku out instead just for bragging rights. But overall, I agree with it from an overall standpoint, just because it's going to be cool. It's the dream team, right, to see Hit and Goku work together, but by the end of it, logically speaking, it just doesn't make any sense. But it is what it is for the time being, and all we can really do is just enjoy the overall fight. So thank you so much for your questions, Mr. Whiteface, and I hope you have a fantastic day, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Flipper85. Yo, Alex, what up? I have some questions for you for your Dragon Ball questions video that I hope you get to answer. So here goes. Question number 1, do you think Gohan will battle against Hit since he doesn't really know about him? If Dispo can break time skip, then why can't Gohan? Question 2, do you think Roshi will be the next to go, or will something else happen to someone else on Universe 7's team? Question 3, did you notice that Universe 6 hasn't lost any members? Thoughts? Thanks, Alex. I hope you can include this onto your fan mail. And by the way, when is your next stream? Well, the thing about the streams is I was noticing that I was starting to stream a few times here and there, and my streams wouldn't even save. So hopefully enough, I will do them this weekend. I really want to go back and doing some streams. All you guys have to do is let me know as to what to stream, and I'll try my best to do that for you guys. Now, to answer your first question, I mean, do I think Gohan should fight Hit? Absolutely, because as you just pointed out, if Dispo can break time skip, or at least figure it out, then why can't Gohan? The thing is, if Dispo does in fact break time skip because he's so fast, then how in the world would Gohan if he's not as fast as Dispo? You get what I'm saying? So first of all, it'll be an interesting showdown to see Ultimate Gohan fight Hit, just because I want to see if Hit's able to knock out Gohan, and just seeing Gohan's durability and seeing what he can do and seeing how long he can actually survive. So for me, I think that Gohan at some given point may encounter Hit, and if he does, that'll be a very interesting showdown. And comment down below as to who you believe would win between Gohan and Hit down the comment section below, because again, I still favor Hit on in this point, because Hit possesses such unique qualities about him that you cannot revoke from a character standpoint, which is why I believe he will ultimately have the advantage in whatever he does. I mean, not discrediting Ultimate Gohan, because Ultimate Gohan would be very, very formidable, but I think at the end of the day, it just all boils down to tactics. If Gohan would be able to outsmart Hit in ringing him out, because if there was no rules, Gohan would die. Gohan would die because of Hit's killing abilities and stuff. But by the end of the day, if Dispo can break time skip, I don't think Gohan can. It's two entirely different things, in my opinion, of course. Now, to answer your second question, do I think Roshi will be the next to go? Yes. It is said in Dragon Ball Super Episode 105 that Roshi is going to be sacrificing his life to do something, so he is going to assumingly either save somebody or get in the way in surviving and fighting somebody, which causes him to get wrung out. So it'll make sense to have Krillin and Roshi, you know, on the sidelines, given the fact that it's student and teacher. So I think that yes, Roshi will be next. For me at least, I would have preferred to see Ten Shinhan go. Tien was someone that I honestly, and I still to this very point, do not care for in this tournament. Now, for some people that are immature and moronic, they're gonna complain about that over an opinion, but I just feel like Tien hasn't really done anything credible in showcasing his abilities in this tournament. People need to remove the whole Dragon Ball aspect of things, because this isn't Dragon Ball anymore. This is Dragon Ball Super. Things have changed, and I definitely feel as if Tien can bring something to the table, but is it something significant? No. So I would have much rather have seen Tien go out than Roshi, because I feel like Roshi has more to offer. But I think by the end of this, Roshi is going to be the second person to be wrung out in this overall tournament for Team Universe number 7. And then maybe afterwards we might see Tien. But to answer your third question, yes, Universe 6 hasn't lost anybody, and that is so... that's crazy. I mean, we do understand as of right now, based on spoilers, that Gohan is going to ring out Botamo via Kamehameha, right? So at least as of right now, we do definitively know that Gohan beats Botamo with a Kamehameha. So until that happens in episode 103/104, then we can say, okay, well, you know, they're down a guy too. But right now, they still have all their fighters, and they still haven't even revealed the other two Namekians. They legit have Namekians. So what I'm waiting for is to see how strong they are and what they have to offer in, you know, their overall durability, and seeing what they can do against Piccolo. Because if you're gonna introduce these, you know, new Namekians, are they ancient Namekians? Are they good? Are they evil? Like, what do they have to offer? So that's what piques my curiosity. And I think by the end of it, once Botamo goes, the only logical person to throw out after that would be either the Red Boar or even Magetta. But I just think that by the end of it, it's bound to be a bloodbath. It's bound to be a bloodbath in some way for Universe number 6, because I do feel as if they're gonna last a very long time with KO, Khalifa, Hits, Frost. I mean, people tend to forget that Universe 6 possesses some high caliber fighters as well. Universe 11 is just down to 4. It's Jiren, Toppo, Dispo, and the frog dude, in which I keep forgetting his name. So I think that by the end of it, Botamo is going to be, you know, the first one to go, and then after that, it might be Magetta. That's just my opinion, of course. So anyways, Mr. Flipper, thank you so much for your questions, bro, and I hope you have a fantastic day, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from NND Productions. Hey Alex, I have some questions I would like for you to answer if you don't mind. Question number 1, do you think at the end of the tournament, Goku and Vegeta will know how to work as a team? Like we stated in Resurrection of F, if they work together, they would be unstoppable. Do you think it is possible that they can become a thing in this tournament to take out somebody very strong? Good point. Question number 2, who do you think will win in a full-powered battle of Pride, Vegeta or Toppo? Question number 3, do you think Goku and Hit will team up temporarily to take on Jiren or another universe? Thank you so much, man, for your Xenoverse gameplays and Dragon Ball Super reviews. I hope you will be really successful in the future. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for such kind words, and just thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate that a lot. So thank you so much, man. Now, to answer your first question, yes, we did say if they worked together, they would be unstoppable. But the thing is, they would much rather die than work together. I mean, it's a prideful thing, and it really wouldn't surprise me if they don't team up. But my dude, in an overall tournament like setting, they have to team up. It's like you have to swallow your pride and do what's right for the namesake of your friends, your family, if you don't have any friends or family, for your own life, you know, for the lives of everyone else. It's just, you know, and I think that yes, if they work together, they could certainly, you know, just stop someone and beat them down completely. But then again, that argument can be made against Merge Zamasu, because if you remember, when Goku and Vegeta worked together against Merge Zamasu, they didn't really put a dent in them until they fused. So I think that yes, they will work together. I think in fighting someone like maybe Jiren or someone else, but by the end of it, just don't expect this to be a very long team up. It's gonna be a very short team up. So even if they do team up, it's not gonna be for long, in my opinion, of course. But is it possible for it to become a thing? Absolutely. And that's what I cannot wait to see, is the overall teamwork from them and seeing what happens after. So to answer your second question, Vegeta or Toppo, I don't want to be biased here, but I want to have to go with Vegeta. Again, I'm not saying that Toppo is weak. I think that Toppo is a very, underwhelming character for many, and until we see him fight, a lot of people are going to be shocked as to what they see. And I think rightfully so, Toppo is going to prove himself, but against Vegeta, I would have to say Vegeta is more or less like more ruthless, but Toppo has more pride sense of justice. So whatever it is that Vegeta does, Toppo isn't really going to tolerate it. So I mean, which is going to make it that much more interesting in seeing what happens when they engage, in which I really do hope they do engage, because the both of them do deserve some airtime together, and it'll be a battle of pride. But then again, having to see Vegeta fight Toppo, I also want to see Vegeta fight Khalifa, just for the same purpose. Now, to answer your final question, do I think Goku and Hit will team up to fight Jiren or somebody else? Well, here's the thing. I definitely feel that Jiren needs to eliminate someone big, a very strong character, in order for him to be established. So I think that if Goku and Hit were to team up against Jiren, it'll only make sense for Jiren to ring out Hit to further establish who he is in this overall tournament-like setting. So I think that it's going to be such a fun thing to see. You guys are forgetting that, and if you guys have not checked out my previous videos, go ahead and check it out, that this overall tournament still has 39 minutes remaining. 39 minutes remaining, dude. That is absolutely insane. It's only been, what is it, less than 10 minutes since the tournament even started? So we have a lot to go. There's going to be a lot more battling in terms of like universes and like gods bickering and stuff, but by the end of it, Goku and Hit, I think, are going to team up against Jiren. We do understand that Goku does help Hit in fighting off against Dispo and stuff, so maybe Jiren gets involved, but by the end of it, if you're talking strictly Goku and Hit versus Jiren, I'm hoping that it happens just because of the nostalgia factor. But and what I mean by nostalgia is seeing Goku and Hit team up and fighting, someone even stronger than both of them. It's like, what the hell? Like, Goku would never, but that'd be great. That'd be great to see, in my opinion. So I think that by the end of it, they may, but Jiren just ends up on top until Goku possibly breaks his limits. So anyways, Mr. NND, thank you so much for your questions, bro, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And once again, everybody, I do want to say thank you all so very much for watching this edition of Dragon Ball Q&A. Again, if you guys have any questions of your own, drop them down in the comment section below, guys. I'm going to go ahead and feature them in the upcoming episode. And again, I do want to say, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace.